save me some.
Hello my friends, how you doing today? I am doing well, and welcome back to my channel where I have a package that I have actually already opened. It is open, okay? And there's a reason why it's open, because I was in anticipatory of this package. This comes from Blow Out of Here Video, which is also Pop Market. I believe Pop Market on eBay. Been getting a couple packages from them lately because they got the best prices. They got the best prices on eBay. I'll tell you right now, if you want to buy physical media nowadays on 4K Blu-ray or DVD, they got the best prices. And if you buy 3, you get 20% off. So it's kind of like one of these weird no-brainer things. Plus, they get the newest titles. So if you're at your local Walmart and you're looking at stuff that's like $30, they got it for like 22. Their prices are really good. And they get the boutique titles too. So that's another thing. If you're like on like these Arrows or Vinegar Syndromes, and you're like looking at the price and you're like, $50, I don't know, $60, I don't know. Wait for it to come out on, like literally be pushed out there. And this Pop Marketplace there, they get them, and they get them for less than what you would have paid for them on the site. I have no idea how they do it. Maybe they buy in bulk. Maybe it's some kind of deal that they get, but they're able to do it. Plus, you buy 3, you get 20% off. You can use the pay in 4. That's another thing that makes things extremely easy. Probably not good for a person with a sickness like me. Like literally, I'll tell you right now, when I get a package in the mail, it brings me joy. I don't know about you guys. If you get bills in the mail, you ain't happy, are you? Right? I tell you right now, I get a stack of bills in the mail. I take the bills, I throw them on the counter, and those are for my wife to open up. I don't care. I don't want to look at them. I don't like the colors of them. Sometimes the colors stress me out. If the paper is white one day and then the next day it's yellow and then it turns to pink, we have a problem. And I got a problem with the pink ones. I got a problem with the pink ones, and I even got a problem with the yellow ones. So I'll take them, I'll throw them on the counter. I don't want nothing to do with them. But when I see a package on my porch, that's a whole nother story. That's like a bundle of joy. Listen, it's like Santa Claus delivering packages to me as an adult, and I'm like, yes, it's Christmas morning again. I got something. I got a package. I'm excited about it, and not too many people, I guess, understand that. But the problem is, it is a temporary fix for a lifetime problem. Like this makes me happy for the opening. It makes me happy while I'm watching it, and then it makes me happy to put it on the shelf. But then when I get the billing for it, I ain't so happy anymore. Okay, and sometimes, and I got a couple of viewers too that are like, physical media is dying, and in a few months that's gonna be worth nothing. I didn't bring it over here, but I will tell you that physical media to me is not dying. Okay, I will tell you right now that if you look on eBay and you just type in DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K, and you type in, you hit the highest or even the lowest, or if you just want to skim through, the prices are actually increasing. So I think because the fact that physical media is kind of declining at the stores, the prices of physical, and the fact that some of the streaming channels just aren't streaming everything that we want to see, the prices of physical media actually increasing. It's actually, I will tell you right now, physical media right now is a good investment. It's a good investment right now, because some of the stuff that I paid like $10, $20 for is now worth hundreds of dollars. Matter of fact, I have a Pink Panther box set that I've talked about on this channel before. I don't know what to do with it yet, because I'm on the fence, but it's out of print. It was put out by Kino. And if you go on Amazon right now, it's $1,400. $1,400 brand new, sold by Amazon. I paid $40, and I got it still sealed, still sitting over there collecting dust. I'm on the fence. I'm like, listen, I need some money. Maybe I should cash in on this thing now, because that's what it's worth. But it's like, if it's out of print and they're saying that they're not going to produce any more ever again, and it's not streaming anywhere, but then again, do I really care about the Pink Panther cartoon? Not really. So, but the thing is, I'm not going to sell it through eBay, because eBay takes a ton of money. I mean, I'm talking a ton of money, like hundreds of dollars. Like if I sell this thing for $1,400, they're gonna take like $4. I mean, it's crazy. The prices, between the taxes from eBay and the seller's fees and all, it is ridiculous. The only way you can actually make money, I think, on eBay is if you're selling like like Blu-rays or 4Ks or DVDs for like $3 a piece, and then with the shipping, and you know what I mean. Then you could then they take like maybe like 50 cents or $1. Then you actually kind of, if it's not important to you, then you stop making some kind of money. But besides that, eBay is not the place for you to be selling your stuff. There's got to be a better way. Go with Marketplace. Go with there's some kind of auction site, whatever that my son was telling me. I don't know if it's Whatnot or whatever it is, where they don't take a fee. You know, stay away from those ones that take the fees, because that is ridiculous. Macari is forget it. Macari is not right. What they're doing is just not right. They hit you with like 3 different kind of fees, and you don't even know what you're getting hit with. Even when even as a buyer, when you go to buy something, it might say like it's $9.99, but by the time you're done paying for it, like it's like there's all these hidden fees, and you go pay for it $9.99. It ends up costing like $26, and you're like, what? It says $9.99. Oh, but there's a what do you call it, fee, and then the shipping that you didn't see the shipping down the bottom. Okay, we got the okay. So I even if I recognize the shipping, there's still fees that they charge the buyer and the seller. So Macari is terrible. I would never sell anything there. And then there's other websites, you know, that take advantage of people, and I don't like. Listen. I am anti taking advantage of people. I do not like when people are taken advantage of, because I'm a strong believer in treating people the way you would want to be treated. I wouldn't want somebody taking advantage of me, so I wouldn't want to take advantage of somebody else. So that's another reason why I paid $40 for that thing, and I'm battling with it, because I'm like, flipping that thing for $1,400 right now. It is I don't know if that's a sin. I don't know if that's a sin. I mean, I'm not gonna give the thing away. You know what I mean? Maybe it's better for me to just hold on to it, because that way I won't feel like guilt. If I do sell it for like $100 or $200 or $300 more than what I paid for, I'd feel guilt. I would feel total guilt. That's just me. That's just me. It may not be a lot of people, but that's just me. I'm sorry. So I did open this up because I'm gonna pull out the first title. I wanted to watch this movie. I was kind of dying to watch this movie because I was listening to somebody do a top 50 horror movies that you have never heard of before or you're not aware of. And I forgot. That's not. I'm kind of not giving you the proper title. I'm sure it wasn't that drawn out, but it was like the top 50 horror movies that you've never seen, something like that. And I had never seen this. I never even heard of it, and I was like, it sounded good. It sounded like something I would want to see. So the cheapest way to get it was to get it through this Pop Market thing, because it's out of print. It is out of print. It's put out by company put this thing out. Vinegar Syndrome. So it's a Vinegar Syndrome released out of print. You can't buy it on their website. And Vinegar Syndrome, usually after they release their stuff, it doesn't get released again. And this is a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. So if you're wondering why I bought a 4K and you're like, you're not a 4K guy, why'd you buy the 4K? Because actually it was the only way to get it this way, because I am a sucker for a couple of things that are going on with this thing. So what I bought here was, I can't even read the thing. It's by H.P. Lovecraft, and it's called From Beyond. Now that is the new cover art that. Hang on, I'm gonna pause this. We're gonna get back to this in a second. I'm gonna phone. I'm back. Yes. I'm sorry about that. Got a phone call from the wife. She was very excited about something I had to do with work. Anyway, yes. So From Beyond by H.P. Lovecraft, 4K Blu-ray combo pack. Sorry, I'm kind of going through this again, because when I get a phone call, sometimes it throws me right off my game. The reason why I bought this was because it's out of print on the Vinegar Syndrome site, and this Pop Market thing was the cheapest place to buy it. And I'll tell you right now, if you look this up, I'm gonna show you this because it has the other cover art on the other side. So this is the cover art I actually remember from back in the day, but I'm still gonna keep the new cover art there. The deal is that if you go on eBay right now, the flip is got this thing going for, it's right away out of print, OOP, right there, out of print. Everybody's gonna be like, I gotta get a copy of it right now. I was a little disappointed because I believe it does have a slipcover. I did not get the slipcover, but for the price I paid for it, I can sacrifice slipcover. The deal was that it does come with the 4K. First disc is the 4K, but then you get two. So let me do this here. Let me make this. First disc is the 4K. That means nothing to me. Absolutely nothing to me, because I'm a Blu-ray guy. And the second disc is the Blu-ray movie, okay? And then the last disc is also a Blu-ray. Now the deal is I'm gonna have problems seeing this, and that's a problem because I do not have. Coming at you. Ugh. All right, I'm a little blind, Okay, I gotta tell you right now, I'm a little blind. The only way I can see things is, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to flash you. Is by putting a flashlight on things. Sorry, it's getting there. But so the 4K disc contains the unrated director's cut from Beyond. But the second, the Blu-ray disc contains everything on the 4K. So so not only you get everything that's on the 4K, you get everything on the 4K plus a bunch of bonus features. Okay, a bunch of bonus features. And then Blu-ray disc number 2 contains the following. Uh, okay, wait a minute. Contains the following: archival special features, a director's perspective, and you also get the original cut of the movie. And I am a big sucker for having the original cut, the one that you would have seen in the movie theater, and then the director's cut. On top of that, the second Blu-ray has a whole bunch of bonus features that are not available on the 4K. And this set itself is pretty remarkable, as far as special features. Let me get a little close there, show you. All of this stuff right here is all the special features that you get with this stuff, and and I did watch them. And what's kind of cool is I love when they get like interviews with the actors, like the legitimate actors, not the actors that have made it so big that they will not give you like an interview for the 4K or the Blu-ray or the DVD or whatever. These guys are humbled. Let's say they're humbled, or maybe not as they're not Kevin Costner. Okay, they're not Sean Connery. Okay, they're not like I'm not taking time out of my day to do a commentary or talk about Casino, Robert De Niro, like one of those type things. These people are a little more humbled because this was like their claim to fame. You know what I mean? Now I will tell you, I watched the movie and I was excited about watching the movie because I heard this horror guy say that it's a movie you never seen before, and he explained the movie. And I put in now please comment below if you enjoyed From Beyond, because I will tell you that it was enjoyable for what it was, but it was not what I expected it to be. I would put this in more of a category of Hellraiser or trauma videos or Puppet Master type stuff. Like what's the company that puts out Puppet Master? We got Trauma. We got wow. What the heck is the Puppet Master company? Damn it. Full Moon. Okay, sorry about that. Full Moon. I got over there. Yeah, I put it in the category as Full Moon, or Trauma, or like those low budget type stuff. But what's cool is it is all that like real makeup and the real puppets and the real, and I do love that stuff. The storyline was good. The movie was decent. Wasn't what I was expecting. Is it a watch over and over and over again? No. I watched the theatrical version. I watched the director's cut version, and I'm good for a while. I'm good for, this is one of those where it's like maybe about 3-4 months from now, it's a Saturday night, I'm staring at the wall of movies, horror section. I'm like, but I feel like watching. I'll throw it in and give it another shot because I forgot about it already. You know what I mean? One of those type things. So yeah, I remember the original cover art as a kid being on the shelves at the VHSs on the shelf, but I when I actually saw this cover, I had no idea what it was, and it really caught my eye, and it really was like, it intrigued me. The way that the guy described it too on the 50 horror movies you never seen, 100 horror movies you never seen, it intrigued me, and I was like, I want to see it. I want to see it. So yeah, I had to get that, and because they do that discount thing, I did not buy 3 though. I couldn't find 3. It was like 3 I didn't want. So I was like, okay, that one's a little pricey. That one was like 20. I want to say $29. Where the flip is, literally getting like $60 for that thing right now on eBay. 60 plus. Maybe you'll find a couple of them used for like maybe 40. You know what I mean? But that's what that's going for. I bought, and I got that brand new for like $27 or $28, something like that. So I thought that was worth it. 4K. 2 cuts of the movie, whole bunch of bonus stuff, 2 Blu-rays. That's a good deal. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That's a good deal. Okay, that makes sense to me, because if you were to go to Walmart right now and buy a new release, it's gonna cost you $30 anyway for a new release of a 4K. So for me to get all of that for less than what I would pay if I was to walk into a Walmart, that's a good deal. But the second movie for me to, because that was under $30 and I needed to do the pay in four and I needed to bring it up to $30 to do the pay in four. I chose a second movie. The second movie I chose was a movie that I own on DVD, but I wanted to upgrade for a long time now on Blu-ray, but didn't really want to pull the trigger on whatever the price it was because I was kind of like, it's not really like my total cup of tea. It's more of like a chick flick. I'll put it in the chick flick category. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know. Because there's another movie that I really really love that I always compare it to this movie, and I'll tell you what it is once I show it to you. The movie here is Sleeping with the Enemy with Julia Roberts. Now, here's a couple of problems I have. Number one, there's a movie called Enough with Jennifer Lopez. That's great. That's great. Same movie. To me, I don't know. Same movie with a better ending. If you've ever seen Enough with Jennifer Lopez, it's great. It's like one of those edgy seat type situations. She's being abused by the husband. You know, there's a whole setup situation, and there's a thing going on. There's children involved. They always got to throw a child involved because you got to protect the child from the crazy abusive husband and one of those things like that. And it's so Enough was great. I actually, but you know what? Enough does not have a Blu-ray release. I don't go figure. I don't know what the hell the deal is with that. I'm still waiting for Enough to get a Blu-ray release. So when that gets a Blu-ray release, I'm definitely gonna grab that on Blu-ray, or even if if it's a 4K Blu-ray combo, I'll grab that because I really do love Enough. This one, on the other hand, was more of like my wife's type speed movie, and she enjoys it. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. Please comment below. Comment below. I think the problem I have with Sleeping with the Enemy is I don't really care for Julia Roberts. I said it. I said it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm not. No, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Okay, because sometimes we got actors that we don't care for. Okay, sometimes I'm sure you got male or female actors that you turn on the TV and you're like, oh, not them again. You know what I mean? The other one I got is that that woman there from she did the Ghostbusters remake there. I got Ghostbusters remake right over here somewhere. I can't even grab it. What the heck is that lady's name? Oh, my phone's right here. Okay. My phone's right here. Hang on, grabbing the phone because I gotta tell you who it is, and I'm gonna tell you who it is and why I have a problem with it. Cast of Women's Ghostbusters. Melissa McCarthy. Okay, this is the reason why I have a problem with some people. Okay, Melissa McCarthy plays Melissa McCarthy in every damn movie she plays. Every damn movie I've watched plenty of Melissa McCarthy movies, and I know I'm getting off of the Julia Roberts thing for a second there, but I'll tell you right now, I do not like Melissa McCarthy movies. I just don't. I don't think she's funny. I think she plays the same exact person in every single damn movie. It's like this. She's the same character. She's always that same person. It's like and her jokes are not funny. Like I laugh zero. Okay, I don't think she does stand up. Thank God that she doesn't do stand up. I hope she doesn't. But I really do not care for Melissa McCarthy. I don't know how she is as a person. I'm just judging her by her acting skills and by the movies that she's been in. And I'm like, damn, I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't enjoy her as anything in any movie that I've ever seen her in, because I feel like she always plays Melissa McCarthy. I don't even know what her character is. I don't even know because even when she does like interviews, she's still the same person that's in the movies. Like, she's still Melissa McCarthy. So my deal with Julia Roberts is not only a lot of people found her to be extremely attractive. Okay, I think she did Erin Brockovich. You know, she was brilliant in Erin Brockovich. You know, and she was in a Pretty Woman. You know, and Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. But I got to tell you, I didn't see it. You know, I just didn't see it. Like I don't have I never had the attraction. I never found her to be like drop dead gorgeous. This is once again, this is my personal opinion. A lot of people were very drawn to Julia Roberts back in the day. Pretty Woman was like, oh, the guys were going to see Pretty Woman because they were like, oh, Julia Roberts is in it. But I was always like, Richard Gere's better looking. You know, I mean, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I was like, I'm not digging her. And then she was in Flatliners. She's been in a lot of movies. She's not a bad actress. She's a decent actress, and she doesn't play the same part over and over again. But I just don't care. You know, I'm just not interested. So this movie came out. I watched this movie with my wife. I liked it for the storyline. The storyline is great, just like Enough. The storyline is great. Where I feel like Jennifer Lopez is just a little bit more intense, like a Halle Berry. She some of these actresses are very intense, very like you're really worried about them. Like they're such good actresses that you're like, damn, I really hope that that guy doesn't get her. I really hope that she smartens up and gets away from that guy. I really hope that she protects that kid. Or she really. When I saw Sleep with the Enemy, I was kind of like, man, this went on forever before she even left the house. And when she left the house, she took the kid. Okay, whatever. Did she even take the kids? Is there a kid in this thing? I don't even remember. See, I gotta go back and watch it. I know there was the husband, and the husband was abusive to her, and she took off. Maybe there is no kid involved. Maybe I don't remember. I gotta go back and revisit it because that's goes to show how last time. I know there was definitely a kid in Enough. I watched Enough not too long ago. Matter of fact, Enough is one of those movies that I can watch over and over and over again. Where Sleeping with the Enemy, it just dragged out so long in the beginning, and then we saw like the subtle senses of abuse, and then all of a sudden here comes they drop the bomb on you, and then she goes into hiding, and then the husband's just like this monster. I get it, it's a good story, but Enough was like I love those movies where the abuser abuses and then get the person that's being abused gets vengeance at the end with like a with like a vengeance. You know what I mean? Like I don't think she got the vengeance. I guess I can't remember that well. I can't remember this movie that well. But I will tell you that yeah, Enough, she not to spoil the ending there, she takes good care of that guy. I Spit on Your Grave. Yeah, she takes good care of those people that did her wrong. Last House on the Left, or one of the, they take good care of those people that did them wrong. Where this one, I can't even. I'll be honest with you, I can't even remember how she took care of the guy at the end, or what she did at the end of this movie. So yeah, and the reason why I bought it, okay, is not only because I felt like I needed to upgrade it because the wife enjoys it, but it was $8. It was the cheapest thing on the website that was going to push me just that much over the $30, so I wasn't gonna have to put myself making $10 payments per. Does that make sense to you? So it would have came out to like $38 or whatever. If I would have bought something else, it probably would have cost me like 40 something dollars, and I would have been like $10 bi-weekly. This one kept me under that $10. See, I'm a think. I'm a thinker. That's what I am. I'm a thinker. And you guys comment saying, "Hey, listen, Mister, you're buying a lot of stuff, and this stuff's gonna be worthless." You're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong, because everything has value. Everything is worth something. I'll tell you right now. I want people to stop for. I hate to keep going back and forth, but records. Uh, I think the world goes around and starts over again. That's what I think. I'm starting to believe that we start over from the beginning again, because records were popular when I was a child. Back in the 70s, okay, records were the thing. Everybody had record players. Everybody had records. Everybody loved their record collection. We had record holders. I had a little record thing with a handle that I carry around with my 45s and my records. It was a big thing. And then all of a sudden, tapes came out, and records disappeared, and CDs came out and tapes disappeared, and now records are coming back, VHS tapes are coming back, cassette tapes are coming back. It's like we're on like a repeat here. I'm thinking my ending is coming pretty soon, because I think that the way this works is that the ending comes, and then this is what I hope. Okay, the ending comes, and then I can kind of restart again. Like, let's hit the restart button, and then I can come back, and records will be popular again, and I'll be collecting records, and then I'll be collecting VHS tapes, and then I'll be collecting cassette tapes, and then I'll be collecting, and then go on and go on and go on, and then that's an awesome theory. Probably not true. Definitely not biblical. Okay, definitely not biblical. We go up to heaven, and this stuff of this earth is just gonna waste away and gonna turn to dust and rust and fall apart. If you go biblical, everything I've invested all my money in is trash. We're supposed to invest our time and treasures in a higher being, in a better place than here where we are on earth. But I'll tell you, this is the thing that puzzles me sometimes, is if and I'm gonna say God, okay, because that's what I believe in. If God didn't want us to be happy here on earth, why did he give us so many good things? You know, like I'm gonna be honest with you here. You know, I got a wife that I love. I got kids that I love. I got grandkids that I love. I got you know, I got items that I purchased and places that I love. You know, places I've gone to, concerts I've been through, musicians that I love, and actors that I love. Why did he give us all of this stuff to love if we're supposed to have a goal on not being here anymore? You know, like, because this place sucks. You know what I mean? It's like I have a hard time with it. I have a hard time with it. I'm working on that. You know, so you guys that are big into the biblical part of this stuff there, you know, you guys can comment away on that one, because I'm still battling with that. I'm still battling with this being like, you know, everything is not a blessing. Because I'll tell you right now, everything to me is a blessing. And if that's not, I'm pretty sure that's what's God's, like, his plan was to make you be thankful and feel blessed and feel good about yourself. He didn't put you here to be like, I hope I die. Like, I really hope that I can die tomorrow, so that way I can go to a better place, because I'm not satisfied with what you've given me. Like, I give it all to him. I'm like, oh, you gave me this, you gave me that. Matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, my daughter, she dropped off her laundry, and it drives me crazy because I have to do her laundry. Now, this is my quick little thing, and I'm gonna let you go. She don't pay me to do the laundry, and, you know, she doesn't live here anymore. I almost feel like I'm like Mr. Belvedere. Like, I'm here to do your laundry for you, and I don't get a thank you. I don't get a payment. I don't get nothing. It's just, and it's not like a little bit of laundry. It's like loads of laundry. But when I was a kid, and this quick story, when I was a kid, my father used to take all of our laundry, and he would put it all in baskets, two baskets, and he would drive me to the laundromat. He would give me a handful of quarters and a dime, okay? And he would drop me off at the door, not even help me carry the stuff in. Like, I would actually carry one basket in, and I was like 7, 8, 9 years old, okay? Young. Yeah, it goes to show you what the way the world's changed, because you ain't trusting those 7, 8, 9-year-old on their own anywhere out in public anymore, because the world's messed up. But 7, 8, 9 years old, okay? Here I am. Carry one basket in, go back out to the car, carry the next basket in, and set them both up on the counter. And then he'd give me a handful of quarters, and he'd give me one dime. And he'd be like, go do the laundry. When the laundry's done, here's your dime. Call me, and I'll come back and pick you up. And then he'd go wherever the hell he was going. I don't know where the hell he went, but he flipping left. And so I spent a lot of time at the laundromat. We would do that once a week, you know, and it was like usually on a Saturday. So think about this. I was at school all week, waiting for my weekends. Father wouldn't let me have friends. I couldn't have friends. I couldn't have people come over. I couldn't do anything. Life kind of sucked in a way back then. It was like he was very controlling, and it's like, this is what you're doing. It's part of your chores. You gotta go get the laundry done. And he dropped me off at the damn place, and then he'd take off. Wouldn't even spend the time with me and do it with me, or have, you know, help me fold. And everything had to be folded, and everything. And once everything was folded, tell me if you remember this, a towel had to go over the top. Like, we was like hiding our clothes. Like, this is top secret. Like I just got done washing everything in public and drying everything in public and folding everything on this giant table in public. So you saw my underwear, you saw the bras, you saw the panties, you saw everything. But now I gotta, like a magic show, I gotta put a towel over the top and tuck it in all the way around, so you don't see my laundry. I don't know, very, very confusing to me. But I listen. Dad tells you to go do stuff, and that's what you go do. So I will tell you that when it comes to my washer and dryer, it took me literally, because after I moved out of my father's apartment, I moved into another apartment, you know. And after I moved out of that apartment, we moved into another apartment, and then we moved into so what do we have? We had 2 apartments, and then we moved into our home. And so from childhood to those 2 apartments, we had to go to laundromat. And I will tell you, when we bought our house and we got the washer and dryer, I will tell you, to this day, every time I turn on that washing machine, I thank God. I literally, I'm telling you right now, you guys might think I'm absolutely crazy, but I'm like, thank God for this washing machine. I don't have to leave the house. Everything's right here. I can put my clothes in it. I can keep my clothes washed and clean. When we were living in the apartments, there was times when I would put my clothes in the tub, fill up the tub, throw some soap in the tub with the clothes, and I would walk around in a circle for a foot. No, I swear on the right hand of to God, we would take the kids' clothes, because I had my daughter. We had three daughters, and I would take my clothes, my kids' clothes, and we put them, because we couldn't afford to go to the laundromat all the time. So we would put them in the tub. We fill up the tub, and I would literally get in there with my shoes and socks off and everything, and I just walk around in a circle like I was a human washing machine. And it sucked. It sucked. And then you wring everything out and you hang it up. Yeah, I had one of those wooden things you had to put on top of the stove, not the stove, the space heater, and you put it up on top of it so it dried. Sometimes you burn your clothes. It sucked. It sucked. It was a process that sucked, but it had to be done. You had to have clean clothes. You didn't want to walk around stinking. You didn't want your kids walk around stinking. It had to be done. So I'll tell you right now, we had that washer and dryer. We've had it break down a couple of times too, and we've gotten it fixed. But every time I turn on that washing machine, I'm thankful. I'll tell you right now, I thank God. I'm like, thank you for the washing machine starting up again. Thank you for letting me do this load. You know, I'm really thank you. And then when I walk the stuff to the dryer, and I turn out and put everything in the dryer, I throw that dryer sheet in there, and I turn that thing. I'm like, thank you for this dryer. Thank you for letting me dry my, because we're not hanging it on clotheslines anymore, and I'm not putting on a wooden thing that was leaving stains on my clothes and everything. These are things that I feel people, I'll say children, the new generation, don't really understand or respect or are humbled by. They're not. I think people need to be humbled. I think you need to struggle and be humbled to be thankful. And I will tell you that, you know, I got people that like, you get packages in, you open them up. As I'm opening, I'm thankful. I really am thankful that I could afford to get that, because sometimes the weeks are better than some weeks are better than others. Some weeks are not so good. You know what I mean? So I am extremely thankful for every single thing that I get. I have been through a lot in my life. I have been through a lot of things. There's been a lot of abuse, a lot of trauma, a lot of crazy stuff that's happened in my life. And I will tell you right now, there are so many things that are so basic that we just overlook every day that we're just not thankful for. And I will tell you right now, every time I load up that washer and dryer, I think of myself walking around that circle. I think of myself being dropped off as a kid with a handful of quarters and a dime to call to be picked up afterwards. And after you made that phone call, he still didn't come right away. Now you're sitting there with your 2 loads of laundry, and you're staring at they have like a claw machine or so you could win like stuffed animals, stuff like that. And you're looking at this thing and you're like, man, I wish I could at least play that, you know, where I could put a quarter in the gumball machine and get a gumball or something. But I used all the quarters to do the laundry, because he gave me just enough to do the laundry. You know, there was just enough for the wash, there was just enough for the dryer, and that was it. And I got that dime to make the phone call, and then I made the phone call, and then he ain't in any hurry to come pick me up, because either he's sleeping on the couch or he's gambling his money away down the street. He ain't in any hurry to come pick me up, so I'm stuck there again for another 45 minutes to an hour staring at my done laundry and whatever. And you know, and it was like it became a thing. But you know what, I gotta tell you right now, it's crazy because a lot of people complain about a lot of different things, and maybe you might take this as me complaining about something, but I am extremely thankful that this stuff has happened to me. I am really, truly thankful that this stuff has happened to me, because I see my own children and I see other people's children. I see other people I watch. I kind of like looking in the windows of like a zoo, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at these people and these kids and these teenagers and these young adults and everything, and they just ain't thankful no more. It's just so. It's like my daughter drops off her laundry. It's like, hey, you go do the laundry. It's like she doesn't understand how much of a trigger it is to me that I have to do her. It's not, listen, I'll do her laundry out of love and care or whatever, but at least give me a thank you, or I appreciate you, or hey, throw me $5. You know, listen, I got to pay the gas, I got to pay the water, I got to pay the electric for all of this stuff to happen. If something does go wrong with the washer and dryer, I got to pay to fix it. You're making more money than I am. You're doing really good in life. Thank God that you're doing really good in life. Why don't you throw Dad $5 for all of his labor, time, water, gas, and electricity? Now maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that's a crazy statement for me to make. But honestly, I mean, what's the alternative nowadays? I don't even know what it costs to go to the laundromat. But I'll bet you it's not $5. I'll bet you in order to do whatever, it's got to be well over $20-something by now. I haven't been to the laundromat so many years, thank God. But I'll tell you right now, I'll bet you it's not free. I'll bet you anything is not free. You know what I mean? So, like I said, in a way, I think sometimes we need to struggle to appreciate. We need to be humbled sometimes to appreciate. And I don't think that we were put here on this planet to wish to go someplace else, to to disappear. I think we have jobs to do. I think we have, different like achievements that we have to make. And if my channel is to help you to appreciate things, or help you to understand things, or help you to get where you need to get, or just see something in me where you're like, that guy struggles with what I struggle with, or that guy goes through what I'm going through, or and I feel what's going on here. You know what I mean? I think that that's what the purpose in life is. The purpose is to bring people to a humble level of joy and happiness, instead of being just miserable at the world. Miserable, judgmental, bitter, envious, and just like, I wish I could be them, or I want that from them, or I need this from it. Listen, life is way too short. That's what I gotta say. Life is way too short. I had a pastor one time, and he did this to me, and I'll never forget. He goes, I want you to blink once. And I blinked, and he's like, 10 years of your life just went by. Blink again. 20 years just went by. Blink again. 30 years just went by. Blink again. 40 years just went by. Blink again. 50 years, and so on and so on. He goes, that's how fast time goes by. So you need to start enjoying your life a little bit and figure it out. Unfortunately, we struggle with things. We struggle with money. We struggle with people. We struggle with jobs. We struggle with our children. We struggle with our parents. We struggle with a lot of different stuff. But the fact is that time does go by, and we shouldn't be wasting it on stuff, wasting it on negative things. We need to try to figure out what the positive is. That's what I'm in search of right now. I'm in search of happiness, joy, and one day, 24 hours of peace. That's what I haven't gotten it yet, because every day I worry about something. Every day something happens. Every day there's an issue with either my kids or my wife, or something that happens in the house. Every day something happens. I have not had that one day of peace yet. And biblically, peace is someplace else. So maybe I'll never see that peace. Maybe that's why he keeps me, in check. That might be it. I might be being kept in check. I think that might be a thing. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you each and every day. I'm telling you, I do. I do. Every time I see a number go up on that count, or every time I see a like, or every time I see a comment, I appreciate it. I truly do. I truly, truly do. So I do appreciate you. And you guys that are struggling with things, you are appreciated. I just want you to understand that you are appreciated. I got some viewers that comment things, and sometimes I feel like they're giving up hope. Sometimes I feel like they're throwing in the towel. Sometimes I feel like they feel like there's nothing more to offer anymore. And I want to let you know that you are important. You're important to somebody. Somebody finds you important. Okay, you will be missed someday. So believe that now. Believe it, that you are important. And with that said, my friends, I will see you later. You should have saved me some.